Missie Q and the Closet Monster by Janice Tuzo. It's bedtime, but Missie Q can't sleep. She's not alone. Who could be knocking at her closet door? Being the brave, fearless Supergirl that she is, Missie Q investigates the noises that are coming from her closet. What will she find? Can she overcome her fear of the unknown? Is it real or a dream? An adventure awaits Missie Q and you. The end, Mom says as she closes the third book of the night. Can't you read just one more, Mom, please? Begs Missie Q. I think 3 books are enough for one night. How about a song? Suggests Mom. Twinkle, twinkle, says Missie Q excitedly. Okay, giggles Mom. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. As Mom finishes the song, she leans over and gives Missie Q a big kiss on the cheek, an Eskimo kiss, and a great big hug. Missie Q wraps her arms around Mom and gives her a big squeeze. Mom, I have something to ask you, she whispers. What is it? Asks Mom. I love you, says Missie Q. I love you too, answers Mom. Good night, sweet dreams, and I will see you in the morning. But I have something to ask you, Missie says as she sits up in bed. What is it this time, Missie Q? Asks Mom. She begins to wonder if this is a ploy to keep her in the room. Did I brush my teeth? Asks Missie. Yes, you brushed your teeth, says Mom. Do I have my Bonnie? Asks Missie. Yes, you have your Bonnie and Teddy and Bunny and Mr. Caterpillar. You have done everything and have everything you need for bedtime, says Mom. Okay, sighs a very reluctant Missie Q. Is something bothering you? Asks Mom. Well, I think there are monsters in my closet, whispers Missie Q, a little afraid that they would hear her telling on them. Mom looked at Missie with a big smile. Kneeling beside the bed, Mom leans over and kisses Missie. As she smooths out Missie's hair with her hand, she tells of a special secret that only moms know. I have something that will make scary things like shadows or noises less scary, whispers Mom. What is it? What is it? Asks Missie Q, very excited about this magical power that her mom has. It's called pixie dust, explains her mom, as she stands up and begins to sprinkle the magical dust over Missie Q, from her head to her toes. Her mom covered her with the invisible magical dust, giving an extra sprinkle on her nose. Now any monsters that might be in your room will be friendly. With one last kiss and hug, Missie's mom said goodnight and left the room. Missie snuggled under the covers with a big smile on her face, knowing she was protected from all scary things. Drifting into sleep, Missie heard rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Missie Q pulled the covers over her eyes. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. What's that? Thought a wide-eyed, very frightened Missie. She took a deep breath and thought to herself, I am brave, I am fearless, I am Supergirl. Slowly, very slowly, almost not moving, Missie Q lowered the covers of her bed. First, her eyes appeared, darting around the room, feeling a little better to see nothing new in her room. Then the covers revealed a button nose, then a frowning mouth, until the covers rested on her lap. Picking up Buster the pony, she said, "I am brave. I am fearless. I am Supergirl. I will protect you, Buster." Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. "Go away, go away. Nobody here," whispered Missy Q. She was looking at the closet now, wondering what it is. Very softly now, Missy heard rat-a-tat-tat. "Who's that knocking at my door?" said Missy Q, getting out of bed and slowly tiptoeing to the closet. With a shaky hand, Missy Q opened the closet door. "Eee" was the sound it made, giving Missy goosebumps. The sound reminded Missy of shoveling snow or fingers on a chalkboard. With a deep breath, she peered into the closet. "Hello? Who's in there?" A tiny wee voice replied, "It's just me." "Who's me?" asked Missy. "Me, Hershey," said the thing in the closet. "What do you want?" asked Missy, not so scared hearing the tiny voice. "I need your help. I'm stuck in the muck in your closet," replied an embarrassed thing. "Oops, so that's where I put the goo," laughed Missy Q. "Just a second," said Missy as she reached under her pillow for a flashlight. Turning it on, she shone the light in the closet. Looking over her toy chest, past the train set, around the pile of dress-up clothes on the floor, she saw the tip of the puddle of goo. Taking a deep breath, Missy slowly moved the beam of light over the goo. In the center, there was a blue scaly foot. It had 3 toes with orange nails. Covering the foot and going up the legs were green dots of all different sizes. Still moving slowly, the light landed on the tummy, which was orange and shaped like a watermelon. Moving upwards, Missy saw 2 little arms and a round face. Hershey had 2 big round brown eyes and a snout for a nose. His mouth was the shape of an orange wedge, with teeth that should be in the mouth of a crocodile. Seeing this monster with the tiny voice would have been okay. But this monster was not the size of a mouse, not the size of Missy, not the size of Mom or Dad. It was the size of a grizzly bear. Missy Q rubbed her eyes and looked again. Orange nails, dots, orange tummy, snout, nose, big brown eyes. Big as a grizzly bear. Missy rubbed her eyes again. "This isn't real. This isn't real," Missy repeated over and over, trying to convince herself. Taking a deep breath, Missy slowly opened her eyes. Hershey noticed how scared Missy looked. Her eyes were the size of frisbees, her body was shaking, and she looked like she could bolt at any moment. Very slowly, Hershey began to speak. "It's okay. I'm not a scary monster. I just look that way." Slowly, Hershey moved further into the light. Missy slowly began to relax at hearing Hershey's tiny little voice. It sounded like a mouse's voice, if a mouse could talk, which they can't. In her head, Missy kept telling herself, "I am brave, I am fearless, I am Supergirl." Missy took another look at Hershey. Now that he was completely in the light, Missy noticed something about this monster that she hadn't before. Hershey had 2 long ears, not just elf-size ears, not elephant-size ears, but ears that went to his toes. Missy Q snickered, then giggled, then went into a full belly rolling on the floor laugh. Still laughing, she said, "Sorry, I have a song stuck in my head." "What is it?" asked Hershey curiously. "It goes, 'Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low?'" sang Missy Q. Hershey started to laugh, and Missy motioned him to come out of the closet. "I bet you can hear really well with your ears," said Missy, reaching a hand out to touch the right one. "Yeah, I sure can," Sometimes I can hear you talking in your sleep from my home, said Hershey. Holy shoot, they are strong, said Missy Q, now trying to remember what she might have said. She was starting to feel a little embarrassed. Changing the subject, Missy asked, Hershey, why are you in my closet? I never saw a human before, and I was curious to see what you looked like. I was just going to peek in and look until I got stuck in your goo, answered Hershey. Oh, I have something to ask you, said Missy. What is it? Asked Hershey. You're my best friend, said Missy, giving Hershey a big hug, which was just around his leg. Missy looked under her bed and found her favorite bouncing ball. Let's play for a bit before you have to go home. With that, Missy threw the ball to Hershey as high as she could. Hershey reached to catch the ball, but being so big in such a small room, he lost his balance and went arm first into the wall. Crash! Hershey tried to regain his footing. Slam! His bum went into the dresser. Boom! Into the closet he went. Missy covered her ears and closed her eyes, afraid of what her room might look like now. Missy, what on earth is going on in your room? Shouted Mom. Missy could hear her mother's footsteps coming down the hall. Quick, quick! Hershey, pull your feet in. Mom's coming. As fast as she could, Missy jumped into bed, pulled the covers over her head, and pretended to be asleep. What was all that noise? Are you all right? Said a very concerned and worried Mum. Sounding very sleepy, Missy replied, I fell out of bed and bumped into the dresser. Then Horsey fell over and made the cat knock over some toys. Thankfully, the room was black as the sky, so Mom could not see the enormous hole in the wall. I'm okay now, said Missy. Her mom reached down, gave her a kiss, and went back to bed. When Missy was sure that her mom was back in bed, she called Hershey out. That was close, Missy. Maybe we should go to my home and play for a little while, suggested Hershey. With a nod of her head, Hershey turned around in the closet as quietly as he could and started opening the secret door that suddenly appeared. Wait, wait! I have to get my Supergirl clothes on, whispered Missy. Okay, replied Hershey. But we have to hurry. Missy looked for her Santa hat. Found it. She went back to Hershey. As Hershey started to open the door again, Missy whispered, Wait, wait, I forgot something. She opened her toy chest and pulled out her fireman backpack. Putting on her Santa hat and fireman backpack, she said, Okay, out of breath, I am ready. Okay, let's go, said Hershey. The secret door opened and Hershey stepped through. Just as Missy was about to put her bare foot into Monsterland, she yelped out, I can't go to Monsterland in bare feet. I need my flip-flops. Hershey just put his head in his hands, gave his head a shake, and said to himself, human girls, why did I pick a human girl? Putting on the Santa hat, fireman backpack, and flip-flops, Missy was ready to explore Monsterland. Just as she was about to step through the door, Missy heard beep, beep, beep. Missy sat up and rubbed her eyes. Her brain was a little fuzzy. She tried to remember where she was and what she was doing. Oh no, Hershey! Frantically, she searched for Hershey. Missy looked in the closet, past the toy chest, over the train set, and past the pile of dress-up clothes. He was nowhere to be seen, and the secret door was gone. It was a dream! It was a dream? What does Monsterland look like? Mom, can I go to bed early tonight? The end.